What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new-ish, because they're re-releases, Playmates Toys 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, this cartoon is pretty fire. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. I watched it, oh man, I guess 2-3 summers ago at this point, and it still holds up till today. I mean, I think the most iconic thing from it is I see a lot of memes a lot of the time where this one villain has like Raph tied up, and he's like, where'd you get this? And he's like, yo, mama. And a lot of people think that that's pretty funny. I also think that's pretty fucking funny that they put that in here. So, without further ado, let's take a look at these packaging here, because it's pretty cool. I remember seeing these at like old toy stores, because these were in stores when I was a kid, but I wasn't like paying attention or anything. Because, you know, I wasn't really into toys back then because I was, like, barely alive. So, there's a read-up on Leonardo. He looks great in the package, but I do like these throwback packaging. I'm sure a lot of people get a kick out of these. Here's Mikey. There's the barcode. I don't believe that these are exclusive to anywhere. I think Walmart and Target are getting them. I thought they were Walmart exclusives. I did pick up mine at Walmart. But then I saw that Target was putting them up for pre-order, or, like, they were on the Target app or something like that. So, you know, if you're looking for them, just kind of keep an eye out. They're pretty cool. They're still $10, which is awesome. So you get the whole set for $40. And considering a lot of figures these days are $40 for one, I'll take a whole set of turtles with some accessories for the same price. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop these brothers open. So getting the brothers out of the packaging. They're okay. I didn't expect much from them. And honestly, you shouldn't either. Like, they're cool for what they are, and I really do like them for that regard. I mean, you gotta keep in mind, these are $10, and while I think you could have spent that $10 in a different way, like they could have done different things, these are fun. Like, they'll get the job done for what they are. And for those who are nostalgic for these figures, I think that's where their strong suit is. Like, I think people who are really interested in these figures in terms of, like, I had them as a kid or something like that, you're really going to like these. But for me, I just wanted them because, as far as I know, this is the closest we're going to get to articulated action figures of this version of the Turtles, which really sucks, but what are you going to do? So, we'll go ahead and start from just this way over. You guys know who my favorite turtle is already, so we'll end on him. But let's go ahead and start with Leo here, and Leo looks pretty good. So, let's get this right out of the way. Cat out of the bag. These two share a body, and then Donnie and Mikey share a body. So, in terms of sculpt, other than the strap on the shell, and maybe the shell itself, no, it looks like it's just a strap over it. Other than the strap, like the belt, and the head sculpts, these are exactly the same. So, in terms of sculpt. So, looking at Leo here, I really like these head sculpts. I mean, if you had a different body to put these on, if you slapped the head on these, you could have a really cool, super articulated set of these figures. But they're on like a swivel joint, so it might be a little bit of work. The straps for like the katana hilts look really good. Or scabbards, or I don't know the difference between a hilt and a scabbard. Looks pretty good. The paint on the, like a little bit of extra paint on the knee pads and shoulder pads and wrist gauntlets are nice. Yeah, there's really not much else to talk about with these guys. Taking a look at the accessories, each one of the turtles are going to come with a set of 2 of these throwing stars with the yin and yang symbol in it. So each of them will come with 2, if I don't remember to mention it for each one of them. And then Leo's going to come with the suction cups. And these do suction. I have a flat surface right next to me that I don't want to move the camera for, but you can kind of hear that little pop. They do suction, and he does hold them relatively well. What I do, put the strap all the way forward, kind of slide it in his hand, and then you can, you know, pull the strap back, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's a little hard, but you can get them in there and then use the arm articulation. It should be enough to get the job done to hold him, and it will hold his weight, which is pretty cool. Now, in terms of articulation, I'm just going to do it on Leo because, again, even though only him and Raph share a body, they're all pretty much the same thing. So, you're just going to get a swivel at the head. You're going to get a hinge at the shoulder, which is nice, and then a rotation. You'll get a swivel at the elbow, which is pretty ugly, but, you know, I'd rather it be there than not, I guess. And then the swivel at the wrist. And then the legs do hinge in and out just a wee bit. You can get, it's really just for adjusting poses, and it'll swivel there. So, yeah, they all pretty much have the same articulation, and while Donnie and Mikey have their own body mold, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. And taking a look at Raph, of course. I forgot to show the katanas on Leo, but, I mean, you'll see them in the pictures. It's not that big a deal. It's just basic plastic, you can see. And I put all the weapons in there to show the weapon storage at the beginning. But Raph, same thing. Like I keep saying, same body mold. But I like that his green is different. It's like a different kind of green. So it shows the knee pads a little bit better. I like this color of green for the turtles. I like that they're all their own shades, though. I always like when that's a thing. And then, like we said, they are different sculpts for the shells. Or maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't think they are. I think the shells are exactly the same. I just think that, you know, the belts are different. I like that there's a little bit of paint in the plastron. I think that that's pretty nice. And take a look at Raph's head sculpt. Of course, he's the Angie one. And he looks good. And then you get the belt and straps for the Sai. Looks pretty good for Raph. In terms of accessories, he comes with the 2 ninja stars. And he comes with the weakest of the accessories, in my opinion. He comes with the, like, grapnel thing. So if you set up a rope, you can have him, like, hold on to it and, like, I'm not going to do this. So if you want to do that, you can, but just not for me. Mikey and Donnie, like I said, have their own body mold. And I really think what that means is just different legs. You can see here, it just seems like they have the same legs, maybe a little bit different, just flip-flopped. But yeah, it's not that big a difference. Taking a look at Mikey's head sculpt, he's cheesing. I like that. It's a nice head sculpt for Mikey. And then obviously he gets his own belt as well with the nunchuck holders on the back. The nunchucks themselves look good. You get 3 colors of paint just on the nunchucks. That's pretty awesome. I like that. He does hold them well as well. And then of course he comes with the ninja stars. And then his accessory is this like grappling cannon thing. Has a hook on the end of it. And you pull this. It's not for me. Again, I don't really care. Get this hook and you pull it through. He can hold it like a gun. I guess that's what they're going for, like a grapnel gun. But I personally don't really care. It's a little heavy, so you might have to lean him back a little bit. But yeah, it's whatever. It'll get the job done if you're interested in that. But for me, I'm definitely just going to have him hold his nunchucks. And then, of course, you got to end on my boy, Don. Again, he looks fine. I like his olive green. Unfortunately, my Donnie has like his like elbow pops out a little further than it should. The knee pads on this are almost the same color as him. Not a huge fan of that, but you know, what are you gonna do? The head sculpt looks good. You get a snarky, you know, cocky Donatello. Almost has the little gap in the tooth. I like that. That's more of a like a 2012 series thing, but I like that. It looks cool. You do get his bow staff, of course. And then for his, I think he gets the coolest accessory. So you do get the throwing stars, and then you get these 2 extra weapons. So you get the sword and the axe. And not only can he hold these individually, but what they do is pop on the ends of his bow staff, which is pretty damn awesome. So you can get him doing that, and you can do one side, both sides, neither side. It's pretty cool. So it adds a little bit of flair to this Donatello. It's something that you don't really get a lot. The paint on them is pretty nice. I really like that little white wrap around it. But yeah, I mean, again, there's not much to talk about with these guys. They are what they are. But I don't think that that's a bad thing. Here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the 6-inch Jazzwares Fortnite Series Peely. Now, this version of the Turtles is a little bit taller than most iterations, so these are probably too small. Me, personally, I don't really mind. I just like getting different versions of the Turtles. I like getting full sets with their full sets of weapons and just kind of putting them on the shelf together. So it does not bother me at all, but if you're looking to scale these with like Marvel Legends or something, they're definitely too short for that. Here they are next to the 7-inch McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the 6-inch Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin. And then finally, here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. So your final thoughts may be thinking, yo, Ant, what are you thinking on this figure? And I gotta say, I think they're okay. Like, they're not gonna be for everybody, for sure. I can definitely see people who love, like, every fucking cell or like every atom in an action figure to be articulated, not liking these, but you know, for me, I don't really mind. I think they look good. They're a version of the Turtles I do not have on the shelf. I love getting new versions of the Turtles on new sculpts and things like that. They're a version of the Turtles that I'm fond of, which is a nice bonus. They're articulated enough, like, for what they are. And I also want to say, keep in mind, guys, these are they're $40 for the whole set. Like, just keep that in mind. That is really good these days. $10 for an action figure is pretty good. And obviously paying $10, unless it's on clearance or something, you're not going to get the full array from all these other companies, and that's okay. Sometimes that's all I need. I'm not a huge Playmates fan. Funny enough, the next video I'm going to be recording is also a Playmates video for a different license, but it's okay. They're fine. Add a little bit of paint to them, might be a little bit better. Paint like toenails and things like that, who knows. But with all that being said, at a price point of $10 a piece, I'm going to give them each a 7 out of 10. I don't think that they're bad. They could be better. Some of the accessories are kind of lame, and honestly, I think putting the budget toward more articulation versus these weird accessories would be better for me, but I get that that's not what everybody likes. Some people like more articulation, some people like more accessories, and either way, you'll just have to pick and choose. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me here on YouTube. Subscribe. Make sure if you haven't already, please go ahead and do that. Then go ahead and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all of those apps, and I have a good time, so I'm sure you all will too. But as always, let me know. You gonna pick these guys up? You copping? See you guys in the next one. Peace.
What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.